Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to do a knitted headband, and yeah, so you'll need a pair of scissors, you'll need a darning needle, you'll need some yarn. I am using a worsted weight. This is just some I Love This yarn, and for the tutorial I'm just going to be using some Red Heart Super Saver. So let's go ahead and talk about what you will need to do to start this headband here. The pattern is done in multiples of 4, so you're going to want to cast on 80 stitches. If you would like to do it a little smaller or a little larger, make sure that it's worked in multiples of 4. For this particular pattern, I have 80 stitches. This is worked in the round, and the first 5 rounds is a 2x2 ribbing. So it is knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2 for 5 rounds. Then we go into the pattern, and we work the pattern a couple of times. The pattern repeat a couple of times, and then we finish off with that once again ribbing of 2x2, same scenario. And you will bind off in pattern. So you will bind off through knits are knits, purls are purls. And that way you keep the consistency of the pattern. Okay, so I went ahead and cast on 81 stitches, and I will show you why. So I'm going to move that back. Here is my 15-inch, it's almost 16-inch circular knitting needles. And as I said, I cast on 81 stitches. Here is the 81st stitch. So what I'm going to do is bring the other needle around. And if you've followed other, hat tutorials I've done or any of the knitting in the round tutorials, you will know right away what I'm getting ready to do. So what I do is I slip the very first stitch made, the very, very, very first stitch made. I slip it from the left needle to the right needle. Then I slip that 81st stitch over the top of it and drop it below. So now it's in between the 2 needles hanging, and then I pass that very first stitch back over to the left needle. So now we are connected in the round, and we can begin to work our 2x2 ribbing. So the first 5 rounds are as followed: knit 2, 1, and 2, and then purl 2. And you will continue to do that all the way around to the end. And you will do that for 5 rounds. So go ahead and continue working once you have your 80 stitches on your cast on stitches. You're going to knit 2, purl 2. And once I have completed the first 5 rounds, I will come back and we will start working through the pattern together. Okay, so once you have your 5 rounds of 2x2 ribbing, the next step is rows 1 and 2. Rows 1 and 2 are as followed: knit 2, purl 1, knit 1. So we'll do that together through a couple repeats. So knit 2, 1, 2, purl 1, knit 1. Okay, let's do that again. Knit 2, 1, and 2, purl 1, and knit 1. You're going to continue that all the way around for rounds 1 and 2. I will meet back up with you for rounds 3 and 4. Okay, once you've completed rounds 1 and 2, let's begin rounds 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are as followed: knit 1, purl 1. And that's your repeat for the next 2 rounds. Knit 1, purl 1. Knit 1, purl 1. Continue that all the way around for rounds 3 and 4, and I will meet back up with you for rounds 5 and 6. Okay, so now we are going to move on to rows 5 and 6. 5 and 6 is purl 1, knit 3. So purl 1, knit 3. 1, 2, and 3. Repeat. Purl 1, knit 1, 2, and 3. You're going to continue purl 1, knit 3 all the way around for the next 2 rounds, rounds 5 and 6. I'll meet back up with you for the last 2 rounds, rounds 7 and 8, and then tell you what to do next. Okay, so rounds 7 and 8 are as followed: knit 1, purl 1. And that is your repeat. Knit 1, purl 1. For the remaining 2 rows of the pattern, repeat. You will repeat rounds 1 through 8 one more time after you finish 7 and 8 this time. So you will have 2 repeats of the 8 rounds. Okay, so I have completed the 8 round repeat a total of 2 times. So the first time I worked with you, and then I did one separately. Now what I'm going to do is the same thing as I did down at the bottom here at the top. I'm going to work through 5 rounds of 2 by 2 ribbing, the same exact as I did at the beginning of the tutorial. I'm just going to knit 2, 1 and 2, and purl 2. And that's my repeat all the way around for 5 rounds. And after I've completed that, I will come back and show you how to bind off in pattern in a 2 by 2 ribbing. All right, so let's take this project off of our needles. Let's go ahead and bind off. I'm going to show you how to start binding off and work it in pattern. So our stitches is 2 knits and 2 purls. So we're going to knit the first stitch, knit the second stitch, and pass over. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Now we come to a purl stitch, and when I say we're going to bind off in pattern, that means if it's a purl stitch, you purl it. If it's a knit stitch, you knit it. So I purled that stitch and passed over. Again, the next stitch is a purl stitch, so I'm going to purl it and pass over. The next 2 are knit stitches, so you knit those and pass it over. Knit and pass over. So that is all there is to binding or binding off in pattern. You're just knitting the knits and purling the purls when you come to them, and casting off your needle exactly the same as you generally would, but you're doing the stitches as they present themselves. So when it's all said and done, you then have this headband. You can see all the little diamonds in it. I thought it was so cool. So be blessed, be a blessing, and if you choose to make this, I would love to see your work, and you can share it with us in the Facebook group or on Instagram by tagging me, or you can even email a picture. I would love to see your work. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope to see your projects in the future. Bye for now, everyone.